You are now watching your mans in them live.
You are now rocking with your mans in them live.
Since we talking about dating, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she's in her 30s, and she was talking about being okay with having a kid and not being married, like just off jump, just like co-parenting, like, and I feel like that's the norm now. Like, I don't think people are really looking forward to getting married. I think people's visions about family may not even have marriage in the picture. Like less so now than before. I think that's the new norm, and I'm sticking with it. Even like me now, like, and it's maybe because where I'm at in life, I don't want to be in a relationship, so I can see, like, you know, a nice co-parenting situation happening. But what y'all think? Y'all think it's the new norm or not? Let us know in the chat. How you doing?
Co-parenting the new norm.
Yeah, how you doing, Tiny? What's going on? I see you in here.
Nah, fucking world's the new norm because clearly that's how it's happening.
Like, do you see like people coming together and like, hey, I don't want to get married. I don't want a relationship, or there's going to be some type of relationship, but it don't have to be a romantic relationship. We both agree that we want to create a offspring together. Let's do that and figure it out.
You think that's the new norm?
That's dysfunctional.
I think the reason why it's a conversation, right, is because people they find themselves in a situation where they have to co-parent, right? Like, they were with somebody, it didn't work out. Y'all remain friends and y'all co-parenting for your kids, right? Y'all doing it for the kids.
Right.
I feel like that situation is way more common. That's the cards that you're dealt versus someone going into it saying, hey, I'm looking to be a co-parent. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to get married to you. I just want a kid with you. And then we figure things out.
Right.
Right? Because I think that opens up just a can of worms, honestly.
Yeah.
We just watched a podcast recently, or a clip from a podcast, and it was from Poor Minds. If you haven't watched that podcast with two young ladies, one of the ladies' name is Drea Nicole, and she was saying how she don't really care for marriage. She's okay with having a kid outside of, you know, without being married. And I think from what I took from what she said was, like, she doesn't want to relinquish her independence. Like, she doesn't, because she's making money out here, she's being all independent and whatnot. She just want to continue to do her thing.
But what did
let me tell her, having a kid is going to relinquish your independence more than having a man is.
Right.
Like, having a kid is a taller task. If you're worried about your career and getting your bag, go ahead and have a kid. You think the man is holding you down. Nah, the kid is going to take a lot from you.
Right.
A woman having a kid is very different from a man having a kid. You know,
You could definitely be married and still have your independence, but like, once you have a kid, like, that's out the window. Like, all your time and all your, like, everything that you do now is for the kid. So it's like, at this point, like, I don't think your problem is a man. Your problem is that you. Yeah, your problem is you. Because at the end of the day, like, the way you're setting yourself up is, oh, I don't want to lose my independence based on being married. Like, that's not the case. Like, you're painting this picture as if once you get married, oh, that's it for your social life and everything else. Me more so, I feel like you're sharing that time with somebody, but
you gotta be willing to compromise. And I think people not me. I don't want to compromise,
and
so
that's a problem.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a problem if you know.
But you want to.
It's a problem when you don't know.
But you want to bring a kid into this world without wanting to compromise.
Yeah, I can compromise for the kid, not for the kid and you.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So you could go out there, have sex with somebody, have a kid, and then, oh, if they don't see the world how you see it, you're not willing to compromise on that. You're not willing to shift it. What kind of world are you bringing to your kid that you just have with somebody you're not willing to compromise with?
The situation I'm talking about is, you know, my intentions from the jump. Both parties
going into it.
Both people going into it, they know what it is.
That's still dysfunctional. Like, no matter what your point of view is, the way you're bringing a child into a dysfunctional situation. But that's how I see it. No matter how you're speaking from a man who's thinking like, oh, I don't want to compromise with, I don't want to be with nobody. Oh, this person is the same way. Oh, but we're gonna bring a kid into this world. What?
Now, I can agree that off the idea of it, you can see how it can be dysfunctional. But the ideal situation is both.
goofy.
Ideal situation is both parties know what's going on. They both agree, and they both plan to be good partners. Now, the confusing situation is as the kid gets older, and you guys in your own personal dating lives, and the rules and the boundaries on that.
Right.
But according to the kid, until he starts being social with other kids, that's going to be his norm. He's not going to see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So I feel like if both parents are present for the most part, both parents express love for each other, both parents show respect towards one another, I don't think is that much of a problem. I come from a home where my parents didn't stay together, you know? So
you want to continue the cycle?
No, it's not about continuing the cycle.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it's not that. I'm saying that people get married.
Right.
Not everybody stay together.
Absolutely. But your conversation has nothing to do with marriage. You don't want to compromise with nothing.
I honestly don't see a problem with two people coming together and saying, yo, I don't want to get married, but we got something. There's something going on where I feel like we can do this. You know? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, it could be stupid, but what if it's not? What if it actually works? What if they continue to be completely honest with each other? Or are they both, reliable, respect? You know what I'm saying? Like they ready for a kid.
Are you willing to roll the dice on the what if?
What's up, Lily in the chat? We see you.
Lily said
we're talking
I'm
about
lost.
co-parenting being the new norm.
Yes, like we're talking about two people coming together and being okay with not being married but raising a kid together.
And I don't,
in the beginning, not like on some accident shit. I'm talking about both parties. Like, yo, I want you to have my baby.
I can
weird
see.
to me.
No, I think it's weird too. That's just our opinion, right?
Yeah.
Being respectful.
He's
That's
a
our opinion.
weirdo.
But I'm just saying for the question about it being the new norm.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people have that perspective or are going in. I haven't heard anyone, like you're literally the first person I've heard say that you're almost interested in something like that. So like in your I guess world, do you hear that more from females or you hear that from guys, or is it just a mixed batch?
Honestly, recently that was the first time I heard it out of someone's mouth. But I feel like if for the most part dudes is out here having unprotected sex, they don't want to commit.
Y'all niggas not wearing rubbers.
Right? You have unprotected sex, you don't want to commit, but you may still be you may still have morals to the point where like, yo, I'm gonna take care of my child.
Right.
So in that case, you're gonna have to have a co-parenting situation, which is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Based
That's
off
the
the
cards you
situation.
dealt.
Right.
Now, if it was brought to someone's attention from jump, like, yo, I just want to have a baby by you. I just want your offspring. And we could figure it out from there.
Nah.
You know, I think I can see, we in 2023. We seen a whole bunch of shit.
Why people always say that? Like you say the year like it makes a difference about like morals change and stuff like that. Oh, it's 2049. Like what?
It's the new generation.
It doesn't.
People want.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
You're right. Yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna put it to you this way: just because a certain generation is doing something, don't mean you have to adapt to that shit.
Right.
My thing is the way the picture is painted is you could go to somebody and say, "Hey, I like your DNA. I just want to have a baby with you." That's it. I don't want to get to know you. Nothing like that. No real understanding of the person that you are. I just want to have a baby with you. And to me, having a baby with them is just going off looks. And we just had a discussion 2 weeks ago with a doctor saying how DNA kind of plays a factor. Shout out Dr. Vortman. DNA plays a factor. Somebody could have a sickle cell trait. Things of that nature.
People be thinking like, oh, my bad.
Things of that nature. I know people don't be thinking like that, but then people go out there and take a risk.
They always take a risk.
Because you don't know this person. All right, you don't know this person. You just want to have a baby. It's just physical. Then you find out down the line that they have something in their family that could be passed down to your child. All that it will come from getting to know them.
Right.
All that will come from having a relationship. But you just saying, nah, fuck that. Let's just have a kid.
Nah, okay, realistically speaking, two parties will know each other enough to know if they want to have a baby by them. It ain't no off the back based off of attraction. I want to have a baby with you. It's like, yeah, they could have been already sexually active, and possibly they could have had a little slip up, a pregnancy scare. And based off of that, they can say, you know what? If I got you pregnant, yeah, let's keep it. Doesn't mean they want to be in a relationship. And I think a lot of that is going on.
That might be true, but it's like, to me, like, I don't want that for my life. Like, I don't want that for me. Like, I want to have a relationship and build a foundation. I don't want to have a broken home. I feel like there's enough of that. Like, I done been through that. You know, other people done been through that. Like, to me, I'm trying to stop the cycle. I'm trying to have it to the point where I have one complete family. There's no, this is your sister, but that's not your dad, and da-da-da. Nobody want that.
All right, so let me ask you this question. Say if you slip up. God forbid, you slip up. You got morals. You are a man, all right? A man's man.
Yeah.
Now, would you try to work, even though you're not feeling her like that, would you try to start a relationship with her to have that happy home?
Here's the thing. Now, I wouldn't deal with somebody that I wasn't feeling like that. Like, if I see somebody that, like, all right, maybe there's potential of a relationship there.
Well, I'm sorry. I want to interrupt because I'm asking this just to clarify. Anybody that you decide to have sex with, you see them potentially as someone that you want to be with?
Not every partner. That's why I wrap my shit up.
Okay. But accidents do happen.
So
that's what I want to talk about. An accident that happens.
I wrap my shit up.
An accident happens. This is what I'm painting. An accident happens.
Right.
Someone gets pregnant.
Right.
Do you try to start a relationship with that person?
First of all, no.
Okay.
No. Because I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we should definitely keep it. What's plan B? No, I'm asking. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Smile for the camera.
That's not what I meant.
Smile for the camera.
Y'all want to read the comments? Y'all ready? All right, let me read the comments. So Tiny says, let me see what Tiny says. She said, I personally want a family, but I could see from the perspective of I just want a kid and a responsible partner to help me raise it. She was replying to Lily. What did Lily say? She said that's weird. People don't go into with those intentions. It's like accidents that they have to make good co-parenting situations. People not actually going to have on a baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's weird to want a baby from someone you don't want to commit with. You'll commit to a child that you can't take back. What? I probably read that wrong. I'm going to keep moving forward, dude. Zay says that just sounds like more single motherhood to me.
That kind of promotes that.
Right.
It promotes single parenting, which is in
That's
itself
a norm
already
too, though.
tough, huh?
That's a norm too.
That's not a norm, bro. Does it happen? Yes, it's not a norm. It's not a norm.
So I guess it's more like, hey, instead of no, I'm never gonna say that.
No, I say it.
No, I'm saying instead of saying I'm gonna be with somebody, or I'm saying these are the cards I'm dealt, and I so happen to just end up being a single parent. I'm gonna go into it with the mindset that I'm just gonna be a single parent.
Right. Depending on if you really want to be with someone or not.
That's a tough thought, y'all.
Is this camera on?
Hold on.
That's stupid.
Tiny says she agreed with you. Like, I don't want a broken home either, but the reality is most people don't go in wanting a broken home. I'm sure, but it's happened more often than we think.
So I guess if
so
you
it's
call
like
it
the
out,
plan
it's
isn't
like calling out ahead of time. It's like,
right.
You know what? Shit might be fucked up in the future. I might as well go ahead and just have a baby,
like,
and be a single parent,
right.
co-parent.
I know, you know how many people I know who had possibly, babies aren't accidents, but they had a what do you call it? An unexpected baby, and they're not together, and they had to work towards a co-parenting situation. There's a lot of co-parenting going on, so that's the thing. That's all I'm bringing this up for. It may be a new norm for people instead of it happening by accident.
Because making a baby is fun.
Listen, if you a nigga like me, right, and you, let's say you in the dating world, I don't want to. I'm not looking for a woman who has a kid. If so like you're gonna get your kid, but now it's like, hey, are you just don't want relationships at all in the future? Because you're just making it harder for yourself to get in a relationship.
Right.
In my book. In my book.
No, you're right.
No,
Some people don't think long term; they think short term.
Yeah.
So if there's women who really, you know what I mean? I believe there's women out there who really don't want no partner. They want help from a partner, but they really don't want a partner. They want
like people
they want to run
struggle-
their own game.
People who have a kid together struggle with living their lives.
Right.
So now you like, I want to live my life, and I don't have to think about your life. Like,
Right.
like now it's like, hey, we both want to go out, and we're not in a relationship. Now it's like, hey, you have to take them. No,
Right.
you have to.
And
take
then
It's not
and
fair.
then- and then-
right.
But then
we co-parents.
But then we go back to him saying not wanting to compromise. Now
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
point, you got to compromise. Well, somebody got to keep the kid.
But it's different. See, what we're ignoring is a relationship is a responsibility within itself.
Right.
So you got to manage the relationship and the
No,
baby.
no, no. Don't put
Now-
Don't put more
now-
weight on. Don't put more weight on a relationship than a kid.
No,
A
they're
relationship.
just
no,
as
no,
important.
No.
They're just as important.
Your relationship with somebody. Your relationship with somebody can be worked on and things of that nature. But you would
Intimate
have to.
we're
But
talking
you,
about.
but you would have to. You would have to compromise. But where you coming from is okay. Now we're just gonna throw a kid in the mix, and you're not willing to compromise. How does that work? How do you work that out? Because you're saying a relationship is just as much as a kid. No, that's another life. You could go have another relationship. You could go have another relationship. That kid, you can't. You can make another kid, but that kid is still in your life. Now you have ties to his mother. You have ties to him, ties to his family. There's a lot of shit that goes into having a kid than having a relationship.
I see a relationship where, right? Relationship A is we're co-parenting off jump. We're not in a romantic relationship. All right? So that's eliminated. Now we could be more logical about raising this kid, right? Not even more logical. We could be just this is what it's all about. How can we work something out where we can raise this kid better?
But you're not willing to compromise.
Compared to
But you get what I'm. You're
no,
not
hold
willing
on,
to compromise.
Hold on. Compared to example B is we are in a romantic relationship.
Right.
That's one thing we got to manage to make sure we on the same.
Right.
And we also have a kid, so we got to make sure we on the same page to raise their kid. It's like you got to maintain. You have to maintain. Hold on. You have to maintain a romantic relationship, a healthy romantic relationship with your partner, and make sure you raise this baby well. Compared to
That doesn't make
we got to make
sense.
sure
That
we
doesn't
are
make
on the same
sense.
page raising this child.
If you're co-parenting, you're living two separate lives plus a kid. So now you have to fit in what you do on the side as well as have time for your kid on both sides. If you're together in a relationship, most likely you're going to try to be in the same home, raising this kid, bringing income together.
Yeah, I think it's very different if you're in a
bro.
relationship.
It's different.
Yeah, we're not.
No, that's
we're
what
not
he was
disagreeing.
saying. He was saying that.
But what I'm saying is, from his perspective, he's not willing to compromise.
No.
So wait, hold on.
Wait, compromise on what?
Because my thing is, all right,
Yeah.
you're not,
Answer that. What
you're
am I
not-
saying? I'm
all
not
right.
compromising on.
No, you said you're not willing to compromise, right?
Yeah, for like a romantic partner, I'm not willing to compromise.
You're not willing to compromise for a romantic partner.
Yes.
That's all you're saying.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
So when it comes to your kid, you're willing to compromise.
yes.
Wait, you're not willing to compromise if you have a romantic partner?
That's
I was
that's
gonna
the
say-
reason.
No,
That's
I
the
was gonna
reason.
say that. I was gonna say the opposite. My fault. I was gonna say if you're not in a romantic relationship, it makes it harder for me to care about what you want to do on the side because, like, it's like, hey, I care about the kid now. Like we're not romantically together. You're just the mother of my child.
Right.
So it's like when you're romantically together, you have more care. You care more about what she does. You care
Right.
about her well-being. Or like you care more about her, more than just the
Not-
mother of your child.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily true. Because there's situations of co-parenting where they started off great and they're not together, but I still love this person because you are the mother of my child. So that won't go. And I respect you
You
for
heard
it.
what you said? Because you are the mother of my child.
Exactly.
It's different when I love her because of I love her, and I love her because she's the mother of my child.
Now,
It's
but
different.
the main thing is about co-parenting. It's about parenting, being us working something out where we could be good parents to our offspring.
Yeah.
It's not about romance.
I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the romance in co-parent, like if you have that romance, it makes co-parenting easier.
I don't think romance is what you. It's not the because if you're co-parenting, there shouldn't be no romance in it because that's when it gets a little toxic. I think what you're saying is love in general, love for the person.
Yeah, like if I'm in love with you.
No.
Listen, I'm saying me having a child with you and me being in love with you makes the situation better. Right. Because I am not in love with you, I feel like that's why co-parenting is tougher. That's where you start to find more situations where you bump heads.
Okay, right. I can't disagree with that because there's examples of that being factual.
Right.
But there are examples of where off jump co-parenting or co-parenting works. They found a ground where, listen, I respect you, you respect me. We're friends, and that's the ideal situation. Both friends coming together, having a kid, and raising the kid in a loving household or households. But yeah. All right. What your chat saying? Let me see what the chat's saying. Let me see. Damn. Baby mamas, Tiny said baby mamas and baby daddies stay in a relationship. Trust me. They do. Nah, little human trumps all of that.
Just don't lie. They ticking time bombs.
Right.
What? It's a ticking time bomb.
What?
People who stay in relationships if they're not happy, if they're not in love with each other.
Exactly.
It's a ticking time bomb.
They said this is why they say two supposed to be married before they make a baby. That's the reason why. But even when they don't last, at least even when they don't last, at least the two could have been in a relationship prior to the child. Lily says, but what if you have a compromise? What do you have to compromise with the parent you're co-parenting with? Only incentive to compromise is the child. If you start with no relationship, what makes you want to bend for a stranger? But the thing is, there is a relationship. There is some type of relationship.
Where?
Maybe you guys were dating for a little bit or something like that. There is something for this. Realistically speaking, there had to be some form of relationship for you to even bring that up.
Yeah,
it's not strangers. Yeah,
It
sure.
could be a friend.
Yeah, friends too. It don't have to be, I see you, let's have a kid. Even though that does happen, probably be a small amount, but
when they be like best friends.
Yeah.
She want to co-parent with you, bro. But listen,
wait, what?
I said she want to co-parent with you. She calling you best friend now. But I guess
she said, Lily said, sorry.
Yeah.
She said, what have you found out once the baby comes that y'all don't align? That's why in the ideal situation, y'all cover all those lines.
Yeah,
before
that's
you
why
actually
we're
have the
saying
baby.
those are the cards that you're dealt versus the original question is, or the original topic is co-parenting the new norm? People going into it with the intention to be co-parents, not the intention to be together, but just to have a kid together. I don't think that's the new norm. I'm just gonna say that I don't think that's the new norm, and I don't think that's gonna be a norm for a long time.
Ain't nobody gonna be
Lily,
like,
what I said, if that's not what I said, what did I say? Let me know, because you listening. What did I say, Lily?
because you ain't.
Because my point is this. My point is
it the new norm?
My point is co-parenting, I feel, is a new norm, and I think people are gonna be doing that more.
So you, pardon me, you looking forward to co-parenting?
No. But I can see myself. Wait, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
Say it. Say it.
I can see how it can make sense if the ideal situation actually becomes true. Right. But the likelihood of that happening,
so you say
I don't know.
Everything would have to align in order
for this to work. Yeah, if the T's are crossed, it could work. But if one T's look like an L, then you're gonna take an L.
Let me tell you something, because people be like, all right, they could do it. Of course, they could co-parent, whatever, until your partner, because don't get me wrong, whether it's sexual feelings, whatever, some ego gets in there, some type of feelings gonna be brought up. If your partner decides to get somebody new, you gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, it all depends. It can happen.
We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.